keto jalapeno popper soup. So it tastes like a jalapeno popper, right? Like that's the idea behind it. However, it doesn't have any of the negative ramifications of having a jalapeno popper, which is, usually typically deep fried and not quite the healthiest thing ever. But here's the thing, I absolutely love jalapenos. I love them, I love the flavor, I love the cheese, I love everything about it. You can do this and make this like vegan if you wanted to as well. I'm not vegan, so I use like regular cheese and all this kind of stuff, but there's so many different things that you can do because there's so many different options out there. So, okay, the long and the short of it is, hey Vans, what's going on? How is everybody? Okay, so here's the thing, the long and the short of it is this. You begin with bacon. How every great love story begins with bacon, right? Okay, truly, you get a pot. I had like a gigantic pot. It turned into smaller and smaller sizes. The kids kept on eating and eating it. But here's the thing. You start with bacon. You start with a pot, a big pot. And then you fry bacon in it. Okay, so bacon, right? Regular bacon. I got nitrate-free, sugar-free bacon at Whole Foods, actually. So you fry your bacon in the pan. Then you take your bacon out. You take most of your grease out too, but not all of it, because you want some of that in there because it really makes this dish super duper tasty, okay? So as long as you're using a good healthy bacon, I wanted to say pig, but a good healthy animal, all of this grease is good. This will be good healthy fats. Okay, so you have the pot, you make the bacon. Now you have the bacon like residue in there, which is super tasty. Then you take your heavy whipping cream, okay? And your bone broth, which I don't have in front of me because I used it up earlier when I was making the soup, but you take your bone broth, some good healthy bone broth, okay? And you pour your heavy whipping cream and you pour your bone broth, you add that all to the bacon grease, okay? Not all of the bacon grease, some of the bacon grease. Your bacon is aside, it's on some paper towels, and it's draining right now while you're doing this. So you put the liquids in there, right? And then you stir, okay? That's Step 1 is bacon. Step 2 is add the liquids. Step 3 is add your cream cheese. So it's 4 ounces per recipe. I doubled it and I made a double recipe. So I used one whole block of cream cheese is 8 ounces, just an FYI. Okay, so then you take your cream cheese and you put your cream cheese in this soupy, bacony, delicious-y mixture, right? You put your cream cheese in there and you stir. Break it up a little bit, stir. It will dissolve and it'll create this like creamy, goodnessy, super delicious, tasty sea of cream cheese in this mixture, okay? So yummy, all right? Okay, so now you can also, here's a tip to melt cream cheese depending on what it is you're cooking. If you're in a hurry and you're pressured for time, like I am often, you can take your cream cheese. Hey Christine, how are you? Did you get your package, Christine? Did you get your package? It's blue. Well, I wish I had one to show you right now. Anyways, I have a picture though, I can send it to you. So you take your cream cheese out of the packaging and everything, put it in the microwave for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. It melts it for you prior to putting it into the soup, and then it makes it even easier to melt in the soup. I'm just saying this is a tip, a trick that I have learned over the course of all these years making lots of soups with lots of cream cheese. That's all I'm saying. So otherwise, just add it right in there in the pot. This is like one-stop shopping. So you get your pot, you put your bacon in there, you put your heavy whipping cream in there, you toss in your bone broth in there, you toss in your heavy whipping cream in there, you toss in, okay, so we do a little bit of salsa verde, so you do like a couple of teaspoons of this. If you can do more if you love it, you can do less if you hate it. It's completely up to you because it's your soup. Then I use fresh garlic, but you can use garlic powder. Whatever floats your boat. Garlic in some way, shape, or form because it's healthy and it's wintertime. And I try to hide all the nutrients that I possibly can in my soups so that my kids get super duper nutritious meals, okay? So garlic, I use fresh garlic. Then you have cheddar, like a block. I use blocks of cheddar cheese. They're in bags now, but I use a block of cheddar cheese, and then I used a block of pepper jack cheese, okay? So a block. Shred your cheese. Don't buy the pre-shredded stuff, because the pre-shredded stuff, the reason that it looks so pretty in the little package and it's not sticking is because the pre-shredded stuff has this potato starch on it. And the pre-shredded stuff has the potato starch on it so that it doesn't stick to each other. That's the reason why it doesn't stick. So we don't want that. We don't want that potato starch. So don't use the pre-shredded stuff. Just get the blocks and get the good old-fashioned grater and the good old-fashioned muscle and pre-shred your own cheese. So cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, and pepper jack cheese. Shred, shred, shred. Technically, the recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of each cheese. I used a whole entire cup just because I like it so much and I know my children do. So now you have this mixture. You have your bacon, right? Heavy whipping cream. Then you have your bone broth, okay? There we are. Then we add our cream cheese, right? Then we add our cream cheese. Then add your garlic, either garlic powder or fresh garlic, whichever floats your boat. You've shredded your cheese. Now you're gonna sprinkle your cheese in there. Stir, 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 stir. Stir, 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 stir. Okay? And then you've already added a little bit of your salsa verde, right? However much you want to taste, a little bit or a lot of it, whatever makes you happy. Then at this point, voila, you take out your jalapeno popper, your jalapeno. You wanna say hi? You take out your jalapeno, okay? If you like your soup extremely spicy, you slice it and you keep some of, not all of the seeds. The spiciness is in the seeds. The flavor is in the outside, right? So what I do is, because my kids, they like the flavor of it, but they don't want the super spiciness, I slice it in half, I scoop out the seeds, and then I have 2 halves. You know, when you cut this in half, you got 2 halves, right? And then I put the jalapeno in the soup, and I just stir, 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 let it soak, let it simmer, let it simmer, let it simmer, let it simmer. Let it get the flavors, let it get the flavors. I have tossed the seeds in the garbage, and then do not rub your eyes. I'm just saying, I've learned the hard way. Do not rub your eyes. Wash your hands with soap and water. And then you have this delicious soup. The jalapenos floating around in there. You can eat it, but you do not have to. No, you just want it for flavor. Then you serve the soup, and when you serve the soup to your lovely family members, these happy little creatures that live with you, right? When you serve the soup, you will take, remember the bacon that we put aside that was like resting on the paper towels? It was draining, draining, draining. You crumble it up like little bacon bits, and you have your bowl of soup. Soup is in the bowl, and you sprinkle the bacon bits on top. You could also add some sour cream and some chives if that makes you happy. You do not need to. But the bacon just gives it a little something something that is super delicious, and everyone loves it. There we go! Jalapeno popper soup in a nutshell, in a soup bowl. How about that? Next time I'm going to make keto bread bowls, like Panera-Zells, but these are gonna be even better. I'm just saying, even better. You guys okay? You guys having a good night? Tomorrow, what soup should we make? Give me some suggestions down below. I am gonna make some keto bread bowls, and that's it. You guys can go to bed now. Thank you so much for listening, tuning in. Have the most wonderful, wonderful evening ever. Nikki, say bye.
Wow.
Say bye. Say bye, you guys. See you later.